Hey everyone, welcome back. This is Mandy. If you saw one of my recent videos, I am trying to get the hang of cloud pours. So I did my first one. I think my mix is off, so I'm still practicing. Oops, what did I do? Sorry. So I'm gonna try again today on this 14-inch canvas. This is the same day. So I think my mix might still be off. Either that or my paints are a little thick. I don't know. But I made a flow extender today. It still has a lot of bubbles in it, but I'm going to use it underneath this. It's Prussian blue from Soho. And it's really a little bit more phthalo than Prussian, but it's a pretty color. It's a little thin, but like I said, it's more of a flow extender than it is to go in the paint. The reason I want to do that though is because I'm going to be using some like coppers and stuff, and so I want it to have a decent dark base. So I don't yet know what I'm doing very well, so I'm just going to kind of go for it. So I'm going to use I'm going to use copper in this one from Blickrylic, which is Blick's store brand. I have a link to Blick in my description box. It looks kind of muted because of the Floetrol, but it'll look cool. So I'm going to use that, and I'm going to use this Prussian blue kind of as a base, knowing it's probably going to peek through a little bit. And when I mixed up that copper, I had a lot left over that didn't fit in the bottle, so I put it in this little cup, and I put Australian red violet in it, just a couple of drops, and made this cool sparkly magenta. So we're going to use that. I'm going to use, this is a little bit thick, Fire and Ice, which is a prism pour color from Colourarte, but it's kind of an interference-y color, so my thought is that it will shift over some color that I put down. I may use Golden Cobalt Violet hue because I already have it mixed up. I may use this custom teal, Cobalt teal I made using these two colors. Fluorescent blue-green from Colourarte and titanium white from Colourarte. These are fluid acrylics. I have the recipe I'm using in the description box. I may use regular white. Probably will use regular white actually. And I may use blue-black from Colourarte and dark sea from Global. And this one may end up in there. I had a little bit of the Turquoise from DecoArt left that didn't fit into my bottle, so I added some phthalo green from Colourarte Vivid Intense into it, and made that cool color. So I'm going to put this blue down as a puddle first, and then I'm going to torch it because it has a lot of bubbles, and then I'm going to layer the cup, and I'm very nervous. So we'll see. This is a little bit thinner than my regular paint, so I'm hoping that doesn't mess with my composition. I don't think it will. But I think it's just going to help our paint glide a little bit easier. At least that's how it goes in my head. So I'm going to torch it. Oops, there's something in this paint. Naturally. I have a feeling we're going to need more than that, but let me put more than that. I also have the paint drippings that I just scraped up from the previous one in a cup, so if I needed to. There's more globbies in here. What's the deal today? I strained my Floetrol and I picked a whole bunch of stuff out of my paint, my pouring medium today. Yeah, there are way too many bubbles in here, so I'm a little bit nervous about this plan at this juncture. So, if you're not new to pouring, you know this, but if you're new to pouring, it's always good to mix up your paints and let them sit. Let some of those bubbles pop first so you don't have such problems. Okay. And then I have this runoff paint from my last pour, so if I needed help getting to the corners, I can use that. I brought this little sandwich tray that I sometimes use for transfer swipes and stuff, so I can hopefully catch some of that paint. So the way I'm gonna layer my cup, just because I'm still kind of learning this, is my cloud mix is a little bit off, so I just added to it so it has bubbles in it. So I'm gonna put it in the bottom only of the cup because I can't really afford to go too crazy there. Then I'm gonna put, and that's a lot, unfortunately, so that may be too much. I'm gonna put some blue black down in there, and then copper, if I can get the lid off. Yikes. Come on. And then I think I'll put a little bit of the same base color, which is Prussian blue, next to that. And a little bit of white. That was a lot of white. And this custom green color. And a little bit of this cobalt violet hue. And this custom magenta color. Oh, I forgot about this fire and ice color. Let's put this one next. This color is going to be really beautiful. And then back to the blue. And back to the copper. And custom magenta. And don't want to put white next to that. A little bit more Prussian blue. Fire and ice. Let's do a little bit more of the cobalt violet. Yikes. And a little bit more of this custom green. And then let's do a little bit more white. Okay. Let's go ahead and finish off our custom green. So actually I'm going to use a little more Prussian blue, and I'm going to finish off the custom green. That may be too much paint for this canvas, but there's just not enough of this custom green left to be worthwhile. I just dumped a bunch of it on the table, so that's cool. All right. Nervous. Okay, I hope you guys can see. I'm gonna torch this one more time. Okay. I wanted to have my spinner here so it would be easier to turn my cup. And my white mixture is kind of coming out off center. Tried to keep it from dripping. I don't know if I was successful or not. Oh man, there's still so much of my white mixture in there. Dang it. And if I do anything now, it's gonna look weird. I better not. So this color combo is interesting. Okay, so in the center, I don't think I dripped, but on the off chance I did, I just took a skewer, and I have a toothpick over here. There's a weird cell or two forming. This is definitely a different color combo than I thought it would look like, so yeah, we'll see. I'm going to flip my cup upside down over here and try to let whatever's in there drain into my other cup. And I'm gonna put this tray underneath me, hey, in hopes that I can catch as much of this as possible. Let me show you what we have so far. We definitely have all the composition kind of on this side. It needs to be torched again. I'd rather get it torched now than have to do too much torching at the end. Okay, that's probably the best that we're gonna get done. So where I have some opportunities in my corners for coverage, I'm gonna take my leftover paint from the previous pour, and I'm gonna hit up the corners just to make them easier to catch. It's not gonna show, at least it shouldn't, and it'll just make tilting a little bit easier. And I'm nervous, and I'm not getting a lot of cloud results in this one either. Okay, so we have the furthest to go over here. So I'm gonna tilt this way a little bit, kind of go off that corner, and we're gonna bring it back to the center. And I'm just getting as much as I can over this tray as possible. Something about my mix is off for sure. Okay, get that back to the center. I can tell by the way my fingerlings are not holding their shape that I think my paint might be a smidge too thin. So I'm gonna switch sides so I can try to catch as much of that on here as possible. Okay. I don't want to lose some of this color up here, but unfortunately we are going to lose some of it. Okay, but we can keep some of that blue. It matches. Okay. I guess it's probably easier for you guys if you can see that right there. Unfortunately, I'm having some serious composition challenges here. The fire and ice is really cool. You probably can't see it yet because of the angle that you're at. But it will look really beautiful as it dries around these other colors. But I am struggling. The other colors got a little muddier than I expected. Maybe they were too similar. So I'm trying to figure out how to maximize that. Like, some of this is really cool, but some of it's really boring. So, and the more I stretch this down here, the more we're gonna lose some of what looks really cool now. So I don't know, but we'll figure it out. I think we're gonna ditch this blue corner though, because I almost feel like if we open this up, we're gonna have a little bit better composition. But I don't know if you can see it, but where the white is, all those like fingerling looking things, it feels to me like my paint's too thin, or I wiggled too often. That's probably actually what the case is. I'm tempted to chunk this blue corner, but I actually think it adds a lot of interest. This is nothing like what I had in mind. Isn't that the way it goes though? So maybe I should just leave it like this. I wish you guys could tell me what you think, so I could know. I'm losing a lot of my paint because I can't stay over this center. I like the custom green. I like the way it looks. We have a little too much of the copper, but I also know the more I get rid of, the more hyper stretched the middle is going to be, and it's going to be difficult to have a decent composition. Yeah, I don't know. It's a fun experiment, but I really thought this was going to be like the win for the day, and I'm not sure that that's happening. That's okay. That's why we practice, right? This would be easier on a round surface, and I have a cajillion records, which would be fun to do this on, and they would make beautiful clocks and stuff, so maybe I'll be doing some of that. But yeah, my mix seems a little off. I don't dislike it. It's just the more I mess with it, the worse the composition gets, but something still feels off about this corner, top left corner. Yikes. I'm dripping paint literally everywhere. I like this kind of blue negative space over here. It kind of looks like we did it on purpose, but it also looks like it doesn't fit because it isn't anywhere else. But I do think I want to keep it. So I think I'm gonna leave it. Let me torch it. I'm still not seeing a lot of cloud, so either it's not interacting well with the Blick paint, which is possible, or I just have the mix wrong, which is also possible. So let me bring you down for a close-up after I torch it. I'll let it sit for a couple minutes just to see what develops, but I'll bring you down shortly. Okay, so I torched it, and I didn't like that it still had so many bubbles. Part of me wants to leave it, part of me just wants to go again. There's so many measles in here, but when I look at it from up here, from your angle, I like it. So I'm wondering if this is one of those times where I'm too close to it. I'm going to show you again and leave this video as a standalone, and if I go again, I'm going to do a separate video. Okay, so there's still so many bubbles, which is why I think I'm probably going to go again. But look at this custom green. Using those colors, the DecoArt Turquoise and the Cobalt Aqua. And I like the way the copper and the magenta look together. So some of this is really cool. I think I need to thicken up my paint or make see, really pretty, just not a lot of contrast there. This is the regular white, but this is my cloud white, and I'm not seeing the greatest effects. I'm thinking maybe I need to try to do this more like a regular ring pour until I see the clouds. I mean, there is some cloudiness like that. But yeah, I'm probably just gonna go again because I need to practice and use this as a flow extender, but it'll be on another video. So let me know what you think of this one. The color combo was way more dramatic in my head. So anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.